Good.
All right, so today's warm-up, we'll start with some of our single leg work again. I'll demonstrate when we get there. Then we'll do a 5-minute AMRAP of 20 jumping jack, 10 pogo to squats, 10 prone scorpion, and 5 down dog push-ups. The first move we'll have is a 30-second hip flexor hold, single leg, and we'll have 30 seconds each side of our internal and external rotations. So make sure you have enough room. Again, that hip flexor hold, I have to make myself the spotlight. The hip flexor hold will be just right here. Try not to hold on to anything. Try to keep the knee at 90 degrees or better, or the hip rather. And then the internal external rotation will be right here. I'm really thinking about trying to rotate in at the hip and out. That's what we'll start with. And then we'll go into our 5-minute AMRAP to get the heart rate up. Going in 10. So again, we're just going to do 30 seconds on one leg and then 30 seconds on the other. And go. What's up, Bryn, Don, Mike, Breens, Ashley? Everyone came in there last second. Get a little balance here too, which I think is nice in the morning. Switch legs. Kind of helps wake up the mind. And we'll go other leg, internal, externals. And again, try to keep the knee up at the hip height, or at the height of the hip. Switch legs. We have a former intern who's a Division I basketball coach now, and he does a lot of stuff with jumping and dunking and stuff. And he does a lot of these drills. So we're bouncing some ideas around with him. It's our goal for everyone here to dunk by next year. So we'll start a 5-minute AMRAP now, starting 20 jumping jacks. After 20 jumping jacks, you'll have 10 pogo squat. And then 10 prone scorpion, 5 down dog push-ups. On the jumping jack, try to get a nice overhead position as well. Straight arms, reaching up. Warm up the full range of the shoulder. 10 pogo to squat after that. Play around with squat stance, squat depth, position of the feet. It is the warm up, so it's a good time to play around with that stuff. Then you'll have 10 prone scorpions and 5 down dog push-ups. Yeah, it's only 5 down dog push-ups today. We're being nice. No, we're really cutting down on the push-ups here. After 5 down dog push-ups, back to the top. Again, 20 jumping jacks. I think jumping jacks and pogo squats are my go-to warm-up when we're at a competition. All the machines are taken. Everyone's just chilling on the bikes and the rowers. Just have a minute and a half left here. If you want to toss in a different jumping jack variation, like a seal jack or a split jack, always feel free. Or you could do your jumping jack for maximum height. Doesn't normally work very well. 30 seconds left. And we're good there on the warm-up. All right, we'll get right into core here. A little bit longer work interval and then a 1 minute rest at the very, very end. So we're gonna do 2 sets. You're gonna work for 3 minutes straight. We'll start with 1 minute of side bends on one side. We'll then do 1 minute of side bends on the other side. And then we'll finish with 1 minute of pikes. 1 minute rest, and again, 2 rounds total for the side bend. If you haven't done it before, you'll hold a plate at your side. You'll hinge down and up. You can also do this with a dumbbell. You can even see someone using a barbell. So if you want more load, you can hold the barbell in the middle. Just make sure you're pretty balanced there. 1 minute one side, 1 minute on the other. For pikes, we're going body weight today. So no weight, no plate. Feet are together. Start straight, arms straight, pull up. And back down. If you have a really hard time keeping your legs straight, then you can do single leg, focusing on straight legs. But my goal is for everyone to try double leg and keep the legs as straight as possible, as long as possible. Let's prepare for that. We'll start in a minute. All right, looks like we're all ready. So again, 1 minute at each. There will be no transition time in between, but we will have a 1 minute rest at the very, very end. Going in 10. Side bend on whichever side you'd like to start with. And go. So make sure the feet are nice and close. When we're working range of motion, it's definitely not a speed exercise. So reach down, try to feel the oblique kind of contract as you go up, or squeeze at the top. And also make sure you're not leaning forward when we're doing this. Make sure the posture is vertical. Get a little grip work in this as well, which is nice. Go ahead, switch sides. Just 10 more seconds here, and then we'll get into the pikes. Again, pikes, I'm looking for perfect reps. So trying to keep the legs straight, arms straight, and the feet together. And go. And it's 1 minute worth, so you can take your rest as needed. Maybe you do 5 or 10 at a time, little break, and then go again. At the top, I want to see the upper back off the ground. Nice, Kevin. Try to keep those feet together the whole time, Don. There you go. Good, Mike. Good, Katie. Nice, Amy. 20 seconds left. Keep the legs long. 2, 1, and good. 1 minute rest, and we'll go back to the top for just one more set. That was really good round one. Nice job on the pikes. We're just looking for those feet to both move at the same time. Instead of, sometimes we get that little bit of lag where one foot moves or one leg moves before the other. But if you squeeze your feet together, it really helps to correct that. Going in 10. And go. Any side you like to start on? Reps look good. In order to continue to squeeze that opposite side at the top every rep. We've got 10 more seconds here. And switch. And we're going right away. Just keep every rep controlled. Range of motion looks great on everyone here. I like the side bends, maybe an easier feeling movement, still being pretty effective. You know, like an ab wheel or something, or a plank, pretty hard. 15 seconds left. Good. And our last set of pikes. Nice job, Bryn. Good bridge it again. Keep focusing on those feet together and legs as straight as possible. $15 more seconds. Let's get a couple more. Nice, Sherry. And good. Nicely done. Should have been relatively challenging. Whenever we put a time on things. All right, so we do have a decent chunk of strength work today, so I'll go over what we have right now so you can make it through all of this. We're going to do 3 sets to start. We'll do a set every 2.5 minutes. First movement, it's written kind of weird, but we'll do a slow eccentric handstand push-up or our slow eccentric overhead press. That can be done with a plate or a bar or dumbbells. We're looking for between 8 and 14 reps this week. So essentially, if you were here last week, we want you to do 2 more reps than last week or push for 2 more reps than last week. That's our goal. And then you'll have 10 jump squats. So just a little bit of a lower body stimulus paired up with the overhead pressing movement. For the slow eccentric, if you're doing your handstand push-up, it can be done strict, so pressing up. You're going to count 1, 2, 3, go again. If you're doing kipping, you can kip up, but I need 1, 2, 3 seconds on the way down. Make sure when you're doing that, you're not just going 1, 2, 3, and then hit yourself on the head. For the overhead press, right, if I have my plates, dumbbells, if I have a bar, same thing, powerful up, then 1, 2, 3, powerful up. So just 2 to 3 seconds on the way down for that. Jump squat, I need a full range of motion. So full squat and a jump, like so. The faster velocity you go and the higher you jump, the harder that will be. So make sure you do some reps and warm up to make sure we can exert some force on that and actually get a good stimulus out of it. So really have some intent on the jump squat to push hard and get some air. Okay, let's warm up. This will take a little bit of time if you're setting up barbells or the wall or whatnot. And again, make sure you do some jump squats or regular squats to get warmed up. If you're not comfortable jumping, just perform a faster style air squat. And we have 8 to 14 reps on that press today. That might take 45 seconds to a full minute just to get through that. Just be ready for that.
Alex, if we have a tough time getting 8 handstand push-ups in those second and third rounds, do you want us to take a break and go at it again, or just try to unbroken?
If you can, because you're going to do strict, I believe. You can start with strict, and then if you need to kip the last couple of reps, that would be fine. Otherwise, just do kind of a max effort strict set. So if you get 6 or 7, that's okay on the final sets. Make sure your jumpers are ready. Personally, I think that's a really stressful exercise. Feels like a max back squat every time I jump. I want to see someone hit their head off the ceiling here. Jump out of the gym. Oh, there you go, Kev. You're just going to knock that light bulb out. All right, it looks like everyone is just about ready. So again, you have between 8 and 14 reps on the overhead press or handstand push-up. Make sure you're doing the slow eccentric, so the slow lowering phase, 2 to 3 seconds on the way down. And then you're going to have 10 jump squats. Make sure you take a little bit of rest between the overhead press and the jump squats so you are kind of charged up so you can actually push really hard on those and get as high as you can. Okay? 3 sets every 2.5 minutes, and then we'll get into some other stuff. Going in 10. And go. And powerful on the way up, slow on the way down. Those look good, Katie. Good control. Good, Amy. Keep pushing, Mike. Nice, Don. You're fast and powerful on your jump squats. Nice, Bridget. We do have about a full minute until the next set. So some nice recovery time. So jumping movements are a good way to get strength training in without having something real heavy. So using them for the lower body seems to work pretty well, right? Jumping lunges, jumping squats, but they are very high stress, like heavy lifting is as well. So it's not a bad thing, just needs to be done in the correct volumes. And if we're not used to that sort of stuff, you have to make sure you ease into it. Going in 10 here, set 2. And we want to work hard on these overhead presses. Aim for that extra rep. And go. Nice, Ashley. There you go, Bryn. Keep that belly tight on the press. A little slower on the way down, Kathy. Now we're talking. I was super slow. Looked pretty good, Katie. Just rep or two at the end where it was a little too fast.
Yeah, it's because you made us add 2 reps this week.
That makes it harder. They look pretty good though. I don't have an issue with them. "30 seconds. All right, final set here. Again, be powerful on the way up. And go. Job, Ashley. Nice, Sherry. This is the round. We want that extra rep. Nice, Kev. Nice job, Don. Way to battle. Good, Amy. You guys can grab a quick drink here as needed. We'll go over the next part of strength in about 40 seconds. Really nice job there on the pressing. So last week we had 4 sets, but fewer reps. And this week we had 3 sets, but a little extra on the reps. I think we'll do 1 more week of this style with the slow eccentric, then we can probably return back to a regular tempoed movement. But really nice job. Those of you who have ab mats on handstand push-ups, maybe the goal next week is to just remove them and then either use a towel folded up or something else like that so that it doesn't hurt your head too bad. But that'll give you a little extra range of motion. Or you could put 2 plates on the outside of your ab mats. You still have the cushion, but have a little extra range. All right, next part of strength, it's going to be upper body accessory movements. We're going to have tricep and some shoulder pressing, chest as well. We're going to do 3 sets, continuous reps. We're not going to stop ever. So we're going to do 30 seconds of lying tricep extensions or skull crushers, and then 30 seconds of a plate floor press. This can also be done with light dumbbells, like 15s, 20s for females, and maybe a little bit more for males. For the tricep extension, you'll lay on the ground with your plate. The range of motion on the plate is a little bit more challenging, so you have to move the elbows a little bit. That's okay, but elbows are here, then the elbow go up. You can also go behind the head and go up. The 30 seconds there, right into 30 seconds press. Right back to 30 seconds of the skull crusher. And it's 3 rounds straight. Okay, so it's 3 minutes of tricep chaos, which is also the name of the workout later. So play around with it. Again, if you're going to use dumbbells, relatively light. If you're going to use a barbell, it's probably going to be empty barbell for pretty much everyone. Unless you can bench like 315, then you could use like 75 pounds.
Do we have a tempo on the floor press?
Just rapid fire. Just punch it. You get 30 reps. You might get 40 reps in 30 seconds. We will start in about 30 seconds. We don't need much of a warm up here. A couple reps of each, 2 or 3. And play around with that plate. If there's a more comfortable way for you to hold it or get more range of motion, always feel free to try that. Don't drop it on your head, I guess. All right, here we go. 3 minutes straight. You're going to do 30 seconds tricep, 30 seconds floor press. It's going to be fun. 1 in 10. Keep some control, a little slower movement on the tricep extension. And go. And then the floor press will be rapid fire. Do your best to keep your elbows in on the tricep extension. And press. And this one can be rapid fire on the floor press. Tricep extension. This is where it's going to get tough. If you need to hold it at the top, you can hold it at the top to recover. Three, 2, 1, and press. Let's try to keep that speed on it. We're almost there. And tricep extension, final round. It's finish strong here. Ten seconds. Got it, Mike. Couple more. And press. Fifteen seconds. Two, one, good. Guys, we can stay on the ground and we're gonna go right into our 1 minute straight leg glute bridge, or you can do a 1 minute bent knee glute bridge. We'll start that in 20 seconds here. Again, we're gonna have 1 minute here, straight leg or bent knee glute bridge. Hold, make sure the belly is tight and the hips are high. 3, 2, 1, and go. Yep, so again, if the bent knee position is easy, try to straighten the legs. But either way, you're driving your hips up, trying to keep a neutral spine. Thirty seconds left. Let's keep driving up. Ten seconds. And good. That's it. Nicely done. Good job on strength. Let's take a minute to reset, and we'll go over plate chaos, which is a great name. Any comments about that strength? I think we got the triceps, or at least some shoulders and chest.
Can I do that on the bench next week?
You could do that on the bench.
It was tougher than expected after a round and a half.
That's good. That's what I like to hear.
So if I had to like bail in that third round, should I have gone a lighter weight and just kept for more consistent high reps?
I think it's okay to fail on that. That was just supposed to be a big set.
All right.
As long as you felt the pump, felt the metabolites building up. That's what I was looking for. All right, so Metcon today, plate chaos, 12-minute AMRAP. There is kind of built-in rest for some of us who are really good at planking, but otherwise there's no rest. So we're gonna have 10 plate push press, 10 plate deadlift, then a 30-second plank. The next round you'll have 20 push press, 20 deadlift, 30-second plank, then 30, 30, 30, 40, 40, 30 seconds, so on. Continue going up forever and ever. Both the plate push press and the plate deadlift are going to be pretty quick, rapid movements. I'm expecting a lot of us to do our 10 in a row, our 20 in a row, maybe 30 has to be broken up, but otherwise you're going to be doing big sets here the whole time, and then you're going to try to recover on your plank. For the push press, have your plate, dip, drive,
Notice on my dip, I'm trying to keep my heels down rather than go toes. All right, that's no good. I want to be heels, heels. You rise up to the toes, it would happen on the way up, which is fine, but make sure you're not like this on your dip, okay? So let's push press and deadlift. We're gonna have the hands on the sides of the plate, not on the top. So it makes it a little harder, a little more range of motion. You can use a normal deadlift stance. You can use a wide stance, up to you, but you're gonna touch, block out, touch, block out. If you've been always using the wide stance, try the narrow. If you've always tried the narrow, you can try the wide stance. Today, just make sure you squeeze your butt at the top. Plank, you guys know, it's unweighted. You don't have to put anything on your back. That's what we have. Play around with it. If you want to use barbell, geez, I'd be like 75, 55 probably. So 75 males, 55 females, not very heavy at all on that. Dumbbells, probably like 20s females and then maybe 30s for males. That would be hard though. It's up to you.
Hey, Alex.
Yep.
When I do the plate push press, like I front rack it,
Yeah.
the plate is vertical or like horizontal in front of my face. It really bugs my elbow. Can I rotate it so it's more vertical in front of my face?
Totally, yeah. Yeah, for sure. You can hold it like this in front. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought about doing this with the dumbbell, but then that's a lot of push press.
You can do single arm dumbbell if you have a 35.
I have a 35, but
Yeah, so that'd be fine for a single arm. Just make sure you split the reps, right? You do 5 and 5 instead of 10 each side.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna do the plate, but we'll see how it feels.
And the plate is light for the deadlift, but let's practice good mechanics here. Make sure the back is flat. Nice lockout at the top. Don't just turn into a fishing rod today. Or the angry cat. We'll go in about 2 minutes. Yeah, so if you do have one dumbbell, you could also do a single arm dumbbell push press if you'd prefer. Probably still plate deadlift. Single arm dumbbell deadlifts are relatively stressful on the low back for most, just because of the obliques and whatnot. But if you want to try it, it's totally fine.
Alex, would you rather prefer the plate for the shoulder overhead or 225s?
I like either. If you've been doing,
you could 250s for you, Mike. 250s for you, Mike.
250s, that'll be hard.
No problem, no problem.
All right, it's time. So again, remember you have that 30-second plank after every set, and then the next round you'll increase the reps by 10. So you have 10, 10, 30 seconds, 20, 20, 30 seconds, so on, all the way up forever and ever. Score will end up being total reps, but we can do the math on that after we finish. Clock will be counting down. Are we all ready? Actually, I'll have the clock count up. Maybe that'll be easier for plank math. Maybe not, though. I don't know.
How far are we gonna get?
Oh, geez, that's Tough question. I can see through the 40s and 50s. We're going in 10. Depends on the push press, really. 3, 2, 1, and go. Remember to push hard here and then recover on the plank. Nice, Bryn. Good, Don. Yep. Looking for a solid plank here as well. Make sure body's in a straight line, belly's strong. Squeeze your butt. Next round, we get into the 20s. And you can use your legs on that, Kathy. You can dip and drive. There you go. Nice, Ashley. Good, Bridget. Nice job on the deadlifts here, guys. Looks great. Butt down a little bit, Mike. Good. Nice job, Don. Nice, Kev. Keep driving with the legs. Job, Sherry. Just breathe through those deadlifts. Touch and go. Job, Bren. When you do need to start breaking, just be strategic about it. Maybe it's 10 reps, 5-second break, or 20 reps, 5-second break, whatever it is. Keep it going, Mike. Nice job, Bridget. Nice, Katie. Rely on the legs. Job, Ashley. Whichever movement you're doing, just try to coordinate that breathing. If it's the push press or if it's the deadlift. Stay controlled. Here you go, Don. Nice work, Amy. Keep it going now. Short breaks. Job, Don. We're in the big sets right now, 40s. Here we go, guys. 3 minutes left. Again, chip away at the push press, then big sets on the deadlift. Nice, Kevin. Job, Mike. You got it, Bryn. Two minutes. Nice job on the plate, Don. Looks good. job, Bridget. All right, guys, big sets now. 1 minute left. Try to hang on a little bit longer. Shorten the rest. Nice, Sherry. Thirty seconds. Keep it going, Don. Nice, Kathy. 10 seconds. Three, two, one. Good. Nicely done there. 1 minute break, and then we'll get into a little cool down. I'll do some math here. So if you made it through the round of 30s, you did 120 reps. You'd have to do some additional math. If you made it through the 40s, you're at 200. If you made it through the 50s, it's going to be 300. I don't know if anyone made it through the 60s. If you made it through the 60s, you're at 420 reps. So you guys can do some math, toss that score into the chat. If you don't want to toss them in the chat, that's fine as well. Then I'll start my clock here. When you guys are ready, I want to go into a child's pose to begin for about 90 seconds. All right, my clock has started for child's pose, so whenever you're ready, let's hop into that. Any comments on that one? I hear breathing. It's good to have people breathing. Got another 30 seconds here on the stretch. All right, guys, that's it. I'm happy with just a child's pose today. If you want to do any additional stretching, totally fine. Otherwise, thanks for coming. Great job on the workout. If you have comments, let me know. I think it was a fun one. Definitely a lot of muscular endurance on the pressing movements today. And then I think a lot of us were able to just breathe through the deadlift. So nicely done. Oh, there's Mike's score. Got to get that in there.
Thanks, Alex. This is Jane. That's great.
Nice job, Jane.
Amy, what the heck? Nice job. Also, Bryn, good to see you.
I know, I want to see Bryn.
Bryn's
Hi.
Those push
I use
press
dumbbells
were
like I did-
incredibly hard.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, destroyed.
The push press.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, if you can't breathe on push press, it's gonna make it really hard.
Oh, it was my arms. Like, I thought the bar was going to fall on my face. I couldn't hold it up anymore.
Good thing we did the tricep explosion in strength then.
Yeah, in the 50s, I had to break it up by like 5 for my last 15.
All right, thanks, Alex. We're out.
Nice job, Breen.
Bye.
Yeah.
A towel would be good for the sweat. The plate was falling out of my hand.
You gotta get some chalk in your living room there, Dawn.
Yeah, I'll have to do that. Do you think sidewalk chalk works?
No.
I have to make sweat
I don't know.
candles.
Might be.
So you need a sweatband.
Yeah, you need sweatband. You should get wristbands and a headband.
Ooh, the wristband's a good idea. I like that.
And then it'll make you look
Just
a lot.
get a pair of socks and cut it off, you know, and slide them on.
That's what Matt Frazier
That's a good idea.
those socks on the forearms.
Matt Frazier put socks on his forearms.
What he used to do. That was just like,
And then you can cut the sleeve off of your t-shirt and put that on as your headband.
there you go. Just cut up a shirt and wear it.
Quarantine survival.
And then when you go outside, you can just pull it over your face.
Yeah.
And then you can go get groceries.
Thanks, Alex.
Oh, bye, Bridget.
That's quick.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Alex. That was wonderful.
All right, guys. Thanks. Thanks for
Have a good
coming.
day.
You done?
Have a good day, you guys. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Alex, for that, I'm noticing that I can keep doing push-ups, but I go overhead and just things get fried a lot faster.
The delts.
Yeah. Is
Okay.
it start doing like EMOMs, just handstand push-up EMOM type thing?
That's what I would do. And I would give yourself some variation too, because your locked out position isn't like super, what's the right word for this? Like you couldn't hold it forever.
Yeah.
Because it looks like a lot of your weight's on your delt. So one thing that I did, because I was very similar to you, like in the jerk too, my position looks pretty similar to yours, is I do like handstand push-ups that were, I do 5-second hold, 1 rep, 5-second hold. So that would be one of the variations I would have you work on. Then just handstand holds. I try to do them every single day because it's like one of the hardest movements for me to get into a good position. Because you'll see some people who like, they can lock out their elbow and their shoulder and they can hold it until they get bored, you know. Same with like the overhead plate hold. You'll see some people who have that really good overhead position. So just spend more time in that position. I think breathing helps when you're there too. So if you do those longer handstand holds, try to get full breathing.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're going to do it like 3 days a week, 1 day of the normal variation, so similar to today, 1 day of the pausing at lockout variation, and then another day of getting some handstand holds.
And do you think my width is a big issue or not really an issue?
So the standard for like the open and stuff is 36 inches. So if you have a tape measure, you could do that. And then all that has to happen is your palms need to be inside of that. For me, that feels pretty wide. And I don't know, I have pretty wide shoulders and I'm a little bit taller, but obviously I'm not super tall. And then you can also play around with your hand position. You could go, some people go hands straight out. It helps them lock out better. I know for me, when I do that though, I'm outside the box. So
Okay.
yeah,
Awesome.
something to try. Bye, Amy.
Yeah, Alex.
Or do you have a question? Bye,
Appreciate
Mike.
it.
No, I was doing 45 degrees with my hands.
Bye.
That was like a 45-degree hand, not 90, but 45.
Yes, that's where I'm at too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, I'm out of here.
Bye. Thanks, Alex.
Bye.